It's more like the understanding the physics, the gravity of it, than it is the strength it requires.
Oh, well, yeah, there's definitely some smoke and mirrors for sure. Like if you, you know, if you balance a certain way, you'll be able to do it a lot easier.
Right.
Right. Like there's one. I have this one guy, Jim, who comes here. Was a great guy, and he's like, I just can't get it, and he's trying to do an arm balance, and he's like, it was Kundanyasana, right, like this, and this arm is way out here, and it's working 10 times harder than it needs to. If you can get it under it and just kind of lean on that arm, right, it's a lot different. Yeah, exactly right. So that's what I always say is like your arms are basically a shelf for your body. So if you think about that, then you just got to rest it on the body, right? All right, you guys, we are moments away here. Just get some music. There's a rest day in the Tour de France. I don't know if anybody Tour de France fans, but today's a rest day. Today's a rest day, yeah. They had 7 or 8 days already. 8 days. Yesterday it was like this crushing cold day in the mountains. But this one kid, Tadej Pogačar, is unbelievable.
Finished so far ahead.
I know. Yesterday was like.
Japanese?
I don't know. He's probably a Spanish kid, I'm thinking. But I don't know where he's from, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Those guys are amazing.
Oh, yeah.
In the mountains, you could do that. That's almost fun. You could do that. I think you could do a Tour de France. Not in 5 lifetimes if I train.
Yeah.
Super positive.
And there.
Arrow up top. And then they're like,
All right. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and start, you guys. So those of you tapped into, you guys can start standing up. If you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, welcome. Thank you very much. Yoga for athletes. Today we're going to focus a little bit on neck and shoulders, inspired by Damien. So let's go ahead and start with the feet about shoulder distance. Bring the palms together, close your eyes, relax the shoulders, start breathing in and out of the nose. First breath or two, just let the shoulders drop down, the top of the head float up. Take a moment, set your intention to release some stress, to heal, to strengthen, whatever makes sense for you, whatever adds that deeper meaning to your breath and your movements. Good, and then go ahead and drop the arms. You're going to drop your head down over to your right side. So a nice easy neck stretch first, just feel it out, a couple breaths. And always start easy and build into a deeper stretch. So you don't have to just crank it right away. From here, you can take that opposite arm and reach it away from you. So if you're dropping to the right, you reach your left arm away. And as you kind of reach it 45 degrees down, should deepen the stretch on the neck. Breathe. Good, now you're going to drop the chin down slightly and then reach the arm forward just a few percent, like 5% forward. Now you should feel it still on the side, but a little bit on the back side of the neck. Breathe. Good, and then arm back slightly, chin up. So still over to the side, but now up a little bit, and you'll feel this more kind of front side of the neck. Also, maybe if you turn the palm forward, you'll feel it in the bicep a little bit. Breathe. Good. And then back to the center, drop that arm, slowly bring your head to the other side. First, just kind of feel that space there, and then start the stretch on the other side. Breathe. Good, and then reach that arm away. So the opposite arm away. If your head's to the left, it's the right arm that goes away. Down, a little deeper stretch. Good. And then you can, drop the chin down first, arm forward slightly, breathe. Just feeling it out. So the first few minutes here, really just exploration, figuring out what works, what doesn't work. Don't go into pain if you have any pain. Should feel like a good stretch, but not painful. Now, arm back, chin up. And if it is, then you just have to back off a little bit. Make sure you're not hurting it worse. You want to ultimately give it space to heal, right? Good. And then back to the center, drop that arm, make a few circles with the head, one direction, gently. Good, then opposite direction. Good, then back to the center, some shoulder rolls, forward and back. Forward and back. First. Good, and then back and forward, back and forward. Good, and then arms up from there. You release the fingertips, turn the palms up to the ceiling, so straighten the arms, bring them back by the ears. And just notice right away, if it's harder, if your shoulders are tighter, it's gonna be harder, A, to straighten the arms, and then B, to get them back by the ears, right? So just see if you can do that, and then notice if you kind of lift the chest and push the chest forward and sink into the lower back. So avoid that. So you have a slight engage in the abdomen, a little, not tucking the tailbone a lot, but just engage slightly just to kind of keep it all centered here. And then from here, you're going to drive your left leg down and turn to your right. So you're going to twist as much as possible. Keep driving that left leg into the floor as you twist and breathe. Find the twist. And then if you wanted to turn your head a little more and get some neck stretch, you can. Find that in the middle back, thoracic spine there. One more breath. And then back opposite side. So now come back the other way. Feet basically stay forward and then turn, driving that foot down as you turn and breathe. Good. And then back to the center. Now a side stretch. So go ahead and fold over to one side. Morning, Kathy. Good, and then switch sides, same thing. Good, and then back to the center, lean back, take a nice big inhale, and then fold down forward as you exhale and hang forward. Start with your knees slightly bent, grab the elbows, drop the head down, knees bent, especially if your back is tight or your legs are a little tighter. Just find that good, smooth, even breath in and out of your nose. Good. From here, go ahead and clasp the hands behind your back, interlace the fingertips, stretch the shoulders. We'll switch this up a bit. And again, always just feel it out for you. So here for the shoulders, since we're going to have a little extra focus on the neck and shoulders today, what I want you to do is see if you can extend the shoulders away from toward the ceiling maybe. Create a little space, and then bring the arms down forward. And again, reach the arms away from you in this new position, and then maybe a little bit deeper. One more time, away from the ears, create some space, and then down deeper. Good, one more breath. And then release the arms, engage the abdomen. Let's roll back up. Abdomen really strong, rolling up. Do a few arm circles. So one arm, make a few circles here. And again, just pay attention to the shoulder, right? So just feel that, you know, if you can, bring your attention inside the body. So you have this big ball, your humerus, right? The bone up there is in the socket. So ultimately, you're creating a little bit more mobility, fluidity. Switch arms, same thing. Looking for more circulation, less tightness and crunchiness and pain. And then just involve the abdomen too. And not a lot, just needs to be slightly engaged just to support the back. And now we'll go side to side. So if you're near somebody, keep the arms bent, but if you can kind of flap the arms around. And think about the spine, keep the knees bent slightly. How much of the spine can you feel as you go back and forth here? Meaning like low back, mid back, upper back, neck. Very good. All right, that's it. Back to the center. And then go ahead and step the feet together. We'll start off with some sun salutations, palms together from here. Take a nice big inhale, lift the arms up. Fold all the way down forward as you exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale, look forward. Step back to plank, top of a push-up. Angle myself a little bit there. Oh no, that's good actually. So hold it here, breathe, and of course, anytime you need to, whether you're watching this now or later, here or home, just make sure you modify, right? And meaning if you had wrist issues, you should put your knees down, right? So you have to kind of figure it out. I'll give you suggestions, but if there's something that's going on in your own body with your own unique situation, you have to make sure you take care of it. So abdomen strong, we're gonna lower halfway to chaturanga. So knees down or not halfway, elbows back, and then press back up. Plank, lower halfway. We do 5. Push back up. Keeping the shoulders elbow height when you lower. And then back up. 2 more. Good, 1 more. And then we'll drop the knees. Dropping to the knees, cat and cow tilts for the spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep that going. Inhale. Exhale. A few more. Good. And then we're going to go side to side. So back to neutral. Pick the feet up and then go side to side. So shoulder and hip together one side, shoulder and hip together other side. Think about snaking the spine. Feel it in the spine, right? Good. Couple more times there. And do a little bit of a core balance. So left leg back, right arm forward. Pause and hold. Breathe. Good. Opposite, Steve. So, meaning opposite arm and leg. Yeah. Same thing, Damien. So if it's the left arm, then switch the legs in the back. So you have the same leg and arm. It should be different leg and arm. It should be different leg and arm. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good. So now you're going to bend the back leg. See if you can reach for the foot or the ankle. So that this is why it makes it a little bit easier here. Good, yeah, and then lift up, depending. If you can just barely grab it and hang on. But if you can go a little deeper, go a little deeper. Lift up a little bit. Breath smooth. Good, and now release that. Leg back, arm forward, lift up, and then release. Round the back, tuck the tailbone, and then opposite side. So, opposite leg, opposite arm. Hold it and breathe. Good. You could even roll the ankle. We didn't do it on the other side, but you could roll the ankle a little bit there. Good. And then if possible, bend the leg, reach for the foot, and then go ahead and grab that. So this adds obviously shoulder stretch and hip stretch and back bend. So a lot more challenging, a little bit different. Just holding. One more nice big breath. And then leg back, arm forward, lift it. And then child's pose. So child's pose, little momentary break. Drop the head down, stretch. Of course, anytime you need it, child's pose is there for you to just take a little break if anything gets too intense, if you haven't done it in a little while or newer. Remember, it's a healing practice. Downward facing dog. So it should be challenging, but not too stressful. Downward facing dog, just as a review, fingers are spread, palms are flat. So you start in the hands. Make sure there's kind of equal space between the four fingers, and obviously the thumb is there. So the index fingers shoot straight forward and they're parallel to each other. Arms come right out of the shoulders. Walk the feet closer together, bend your left leg, push the right heel down. So now you're stretching the back of one leg. Breathe. Good, and then switch sides. Same thing. Breath smooth. Good. Straightening both legs. Come up on the toes, walk softly to the hands. And then from there, extend the spine as you inhale. So hands to the shins, look forward, and then drop the head down, fold. Good, all the way up. Nice big inhale. Hands together at the heart, exhale. Just a quick note, there's a lot of this kind of up and down, you can bend the knees. If you have any back trouble, tightness, bend the knees. So arms up when you're ready, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Sun salutation A. So there's the knees bent if you need them. Halfway up as you inhale, and then step back as you exhale. We're going to take it easy the first time, so you drop to the knees, drop all the way to the mat. Gentle cobra pose. You point the toes back, easy back bend. It's not about height, it's about kind of space and a stretch in the spine. And then downward facing dog. So you just reverse it. Hands and knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Down dog becomes a resting pose. It doesn't start out as a resting pose. So extend the shoulders, lift the hips, breathe deep. Good. One more breath. And then up on the toes again. Walk, or you could hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. All the way up. Nice big inhale. Again, protecting the lower back. Hands together at the heart. So now we go up a little bit more challenging. Arms up, inhale. Fold down, exhale. But you can always choose the easier one halfway up. So you could step back like before, or you could jump back if you wanted. And then lower down, you could lower all the way to the mat or halfway. Upward facing dog is where just the hands and feet are on the floor, or cobra is when your body's on the floor. And then downward facing dog. Hold it and breathe. Find your breath, good, smooth, even breaths. You want the breath to kind of take you through the practice. That's sort of like, your consistency. So letting go of any tension, stress. One more breath. And then up on the toes again. Walk softly, or you could hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. All the way up, nice big inhale. Hands together at the heart. Exhale, one more like that, arms up, inhale. Folding down forward as you exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale. Step or jump back. Chaturanga or all the way to the mat, either way. Gentle cobra or upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Good. Right away from here, right leg up behind you. Lift the right leg, hold it. Breathe. Good. Now, shoulders over the wrists, knee to the nose. So you come forward, hold it. 1, 2, 3. Little core strength. Lift it. And then forward knee to your left side. So cross the body. 1, 2, 3. And lift it. Forward up to your right side. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. Lift it. And then all the way forward to the hands. So you can kind of scoot that foot forward, come on the fingertips, or if you had some blocks, you could do that. But basically, hip hamstring stretch. So inhale and then exhale. So inhale is your hamstring stretch. Exhale, hip flexor in the back. So you just, again, feel it out. There is no right or wrong unless it's painful. That's wrong. Inhale, exhale. So these moves don't have to be deep. They can just, especially if you're tighter, you have to just pay attention to how your body's feeling and what it's telling you as you move. Just a couple more like that. Inhale, hamstrings, exhale, hip flexor as you sink down. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now turn the back foot flat. Come on up. Warrior 1. So Warrior 1, just again as a little bit of a review, the back foot is angled forward. So if 12 o'clock is forward for you, straight from your mat, 10 o'clock, a little bit off to the left, that's where that back foot should be down and the back heel's down. Then you're turning the hips forward, but keeping that down. So don't bring the back heel up. That's a different move. Arms up from here, shoulders relaxed, breath smooth. Now we're gonna add a shoulder variation. So interlace the fingers behind you, lift the heart up, pull the shoulders back as much as you can. Heart lifts up, drop the head back, 3 breaths. Deep breaths, expand your lungs. One more big inhale. And then we're gonna fold down forward. So drop the head down. If you can, inside the leg, but if you needed to, you could rest on that leg and maybe take the back foot an inch closer if you needed to, but breathe here. So you got the hips happening, the quad working, the shoulder stretching. A few more breaths. Good, and then come on back up. Warrior 1, inhale. Hands to the floor, exhale. So we take a vinyasa, that's the leg back, lower down, upward facing dog or cobra, and then down dog. So that becomes optional as we start to flow a little bit more. Left side, when you're ready, take the leg up behind you, hold it up there, breathe. Good, one more inhale, and then shoulders over the wrists, knee to the nose, abdomen strong, hold it. 1, think about your upper back, 2, 3, and then lift it. Forward knee to your right side, core, upper back, arms. 3, lift it. And then over to your left side. 1, 2, 3, and lift it. All the way forward. Stay here, fingertips or blocks. So the blocks are just gonna give you a little bit more room if you're super tight. Straighten the front leg, flex the foot, bend the knee, sink the hips. Oh, yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. Keep breathing. So let's take about 5 or 6 of those. Here, just in case, Damien. Yeah, so you use them like that. You'll notice the difference, and then you decide if you want to keep using them or not. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Yeah, the blocks are not bad, they're good. Couple more. Yeah, just, it allows you to really feel what you're supposed to feel as opposed to kind of trying to do it if you can't get there. One more time, inhale, and then exhale. Good, and then turn the back foot flat, come on up, warrior one. Again, just check the feet. So they always say as below, so above, meaning you want to start with the feet grounded down, turn the hips forward, arms up, legs strong, especially that back leg. Sometimes we're not looking at something, we just kind of forget about it, but you want this back leg strong, turn the hips forward. So there's a little ab action as you turn the hips, and then drop the front knee as much as you can. Doesn't have to be super deep. Interlace back behind you. Heart goes up, shoulders pulled back, drop the head back. 3 deep breaths. Expanding the lung capacity. One more big inhale. And then fold down as you exhale. And again, easier to just lean in onto that leg. More challenging to bring your torso inside the leg and head down closer to the floor as you breathe. Good, one more breath. And then come on back up. Warrior one, inhale. Hands down to the floor, exhale. Leg back, vinyasa or not. So at any point you could just skip that vinyasa. Take an extra breath, go to downward facing dog. Let everybody else do their thing, and then you get a little extra rest. Downward facing dog, couple breaths. Okay, up on the toes, walk softly or hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose this time, bend the knees, reach the arms, inhale. Hold for 30 seconds. So feet together, if you can, knees together, but the knees don't have to be together, so it sort of depends on your legs. But if you can, arms up by the ears, right? That's it, yeah. Slight engage in the belly too, so there's sometimes you see people stick their butt back and kind of crunch like this. I want you to engage the abdomen slightly, right? So you're not tucking the tailbone too much, but you're just keeping a straight torso. As you sink a little bit lower, get the arms up a little bit higher. One more big inhale. And then stand, hands together at the heart. Exhale. Big full breath. Now we'll link it together, sun salutation B. So we're going to do a couple rounds, probably 3 rounds. So you do the best you can. Chair pose, inhale. Follow along, fold as you exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Step back or hop back as you exhale. And angle myself. Vinyasa or not, remember. Upward facing dog, down dog. And then right side first. Take the leg up behind you. Bring it forward. Warrior one, reach up. Inhale. And then hands down, take the leg back, vinyasa or not, remember, feel free to skip it. And then left side, take that leg up, bring it forward, warrior one, reaching up, hands down, leg back, vinyasa, back to downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Few breaths. Good. All right, again, up on the toes, walk or hop forward. Extending that spine as you inhale, folding as you exhale. Chair pose. Bend the knees, reach the arms, inhale. Stand, hands together at the heart. Exhale. Full breath. 2 more rounds like that. So it takes a little time to get those moves, but 2 more rounds. Chair pose, inhale. Fold down as you exhale. Extend the spine, inhale. Step back or hop back as you exhale. Vinyasa or an extra breath in down dog. All right. From there, right side, when you're ready, take the leg up. Bring it forward. Back foot turns flat. Warrior one, inhale. Good, hands down, leg back, abdomen strong as you lower, vinyasa or not. Good. Left side, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior one, reaching up, inhale. Hands down, leg back, vinyasa. Shoulders back, downward facing dog, hold it and breathe. Nice. Good, and just take a look back at your heels. You don't want to see your heels. So the outsides, think about this, the outsides of the feet are kind of parallel. Inside the feet, if you have the outsides of the feet parallel, it's going to be internal rotation on the legs. It's a little bit different for the hamstrings as opposed to having the heels closer together. You can have the insides of the feet parallel. You don't have to go as extreme as the outsides. Up on the toes again, walk or hop forward. Halfway up as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose, bend the knees, reach the arms, inhale. Stand, hands together at the heart, exhale. Big full breath, we'll go one more round, like that. Back to chair, and then we'll move into our neck and shoulder sequence. Fold as you exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Step or hop back as you exhale. Chaturanga, or all the way to the mat. Upward facing dog, shoulders back. Right side first, take the leg up, bring it forward. Warrior one, reaching up, inhale. Hands down, leg back, vinyasa, more. Good, and back. Left side, same thing, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior one, reaching up, inhale. Good, hands down, leg back, vinyasa or straight back to downward facing dog. And then pause in downward facing dog, a few breaths. There you go. One for you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Good, you guys. And then this time, that was three, right? So right leg when you're ready, take it up. Bring it all the way forward. Turn the back foot flat, come to warrior one, and then warrior two. So warrior two, shoulders relaxed, breath smooth. Crack that a little bit. So warrior two, breathing. So front foot straight forward, front knee in line, and front thigh in line. Yeah, that's right, perfect. So shoulders relaxed, breath smooth. Then take the back arm and then wrap it around this way. Bring the forearm to the thigh first. Forearm to the thigh first, engage the abdomen slightly, tuck the tailbone. So you definitely want to feel this a little bit in the hips. You can open up the body a little bit toward the ceiling. If you engage your abdomen slightly and tuck the tailbone, like bring your hips underneath your body, you should feel it in the inner hip adductor there. Yeah, that's right, Alex, good. If you're more comfortable, right hand can go to the floor, you can go to a block. All right, if you're like, I can handle this pretty well, but the floor might be too far, then the block is perfect, right? And then still lean back. So if you lean back, bring your chin toward the shoulder a little bit, you can soften that shoulder. If your arm's long enough, you're wrapping around and grabbing that front thigh, all right? And then that'll give you a little bit more effort to kind of pull. A little more, breathe. Good. All right, now we're going to look down. Take the block if you have it. Scoot the back foot forward. Keep the arm wrapped. We're going to go up into a little standing balance here, half moon pose. Easier to start with the block. Right? If your leg is more flexible and you don't need to bend the leg, then you don't need the block, right? So the general idea is if your standing leg has to bend, then use a block. Left arm can go up to the ceiling at this point. Keep looking down unless your balance is super comfortable, in which case you can start to look up. The balance seems to be a little bit off today. Breathe. Spreading the toes, push through that back heel. So breathe deep, few more breaths. Good. And now look down, we're going to head to triangle pose. So look down, slowly come on back, and then stand up for a moment a little bit of a reset. Triangle pose, both legs are straight, arms out, reach forward, come down to maybe just below the knee. Don't push on the knee, but maybe just below the knee if you can, maybe a little bit lower on the shin. But mostly open up the body up toward the ceiling. Breathe. And you can kind of let the body slowly go lower if it does. If it doesn't, that's fine, doesn't matter. Just breathe. Feel that stretch. Maybe front side hamstring, front leg hamstring, maybe top outer hip or oblique there on the left side. Good, one more breath. And then look down, we're gonna come back up. So now we're gonna go into a little bit of a neck thing. You're gonna take the back arm again and wrap it around your back toward the front. Coming forward, so basically a wrapped triangle. Switch arms, Damien. So yeah, there you go. That's it. So now you're not gonna go as low, right? But I don't want you to go as low. Lengthen the torso, turn up, stretch this top shoulder, breathe. Feel that neck stretch there. And now the only thing, you're gonna create what's called opposing action. So shoulder goes up and open. At the same time you drop the head down, chin down, start to look to the outside of your foot, outside of the mat. So you're creating this stretch in the neck where you can turn the head toward the right. At the same time you pull the shoulder back and breathe. Chin has to be down a little bit so you're not turning, but just explore and feel that neck stretch. There's a muscle in there called the sternocleidomastoid. It's kind of a trapezius-shaped muscle or trapezoid-shaped muscle. One more breath. Good. Now soften. Just release the left arm. Take it over the ear if you can. So a little slow action there. And then you can look back up at the arm. A few breaths. Maybe now you can sink a little bit lower if that felt okay. Good. One more inhale. And then left hand down to the floor. Step the back foot a little bit closer, angle it forward. So that's a big change, right? From the back foot out, now it's forward, the hips are toward the front. From here, block if you need it, any level you need it, and then right hand turns up. So this is a twist. All right, twisting triangle pose. That's it, Damien, you got it. Keeping the back heel down, so Alex, if you can, turn the back heel. So just turn the foot. Yes, exactly right. And then from there, you're pulling the right hip back. Steve, I would say even angle that back foot a little bit more. Yeah. So at the same time, you're lifting that right arm and twisting the torso. You got to pull that right hip back and lengthen up and twist. Just a few more breaths. Steve, you can probably take this hand outside. You probably can get it there. Yeah, that's it. Good, one more nice big inhale, twist, and then both hands down, and just hang down here, a few breaths. If you need to bend the front leg, that's fine. If you need a little support with the blocks, that's fine too. Ultimately, just rest, stretch, breathe. We're going to do two more poses, but one more standing pose in this little sequence here. So lift the back leg up. Again, blocks or not. Either way, we're going to go reverse half moon, but first support it. So both hands down, lift the back leg, drive the back leg. That already will probably be a big stretch on the standing leg for most of you. From here, you're going to just now twist and turn, reverse half moon, Steve. So right arm goes up. Yeah, so that's it. You got it. Good. Steve, switch legs. So still on the right foot. There you go. Yeah. Good, breathing deep. So there's a lot going on here, but lift the back leg, lengthen the torso, twist, and breathe. We got a little break coming. So lift the back leg a little more, twist a little more, breathe a little deeper. Smile. One more inhale. And now seated twist. So you're gonna bring both hands down, bend both knees, bring that left knee outside the right foot, and sit down. Exactly, David, that's it. You got it. So 2 stages here, and I'm facing the different way, but first what you're gonna do is hug the leg in. So you guys are gonna be facing right that way. So you're gonna hug the leg in first, sit up tall, and kind of pull the hip back, all right? There you go. So before the big twist, yeah, just hug the leg, right? So you should feel it here, right? And what you can do is sit up tall, hug the leg in, pull the knee toward the chest, and encourage this hip down. Yeah, you feel it, right? Kind of stretching. So Damien, just hug the knee if you can, and turn toward your right. Yeah. Yeah. Tight hips. Good. So now you can go to the twist. So now you can lean back with the right arm. Left arm goes up, hooks across the thigh, and then you can get into the spinal twist. Breathe. Good. And whenever you're thinking about the twist here, you got to lengthen the spine. Try to get the most efficient twist as you can. If you're rounding the back while you're twisting, it's going to be a little less efficient. So you want to get the heart up. All right, one more breath. Good. Then release. Legs stay where they are, but you just turn toward the opposite direction. It's just a gentle counter twist, just to kind of unwind there. Good. And now back to the center. Uncross the legs. Sitting on the butt here and lean back. So go 30 seconds in Navasana. You could be here, you could straighten the legs. Totally up to you, as long as you're on the butt kind of balancing, right? And you're not straining the back. You can breathe. More important that this is engaged than straighten the legs. Sometimes straightening the legs causes people to fall back, so you just don't want to fall back. Good. Lift up a little higher, legs straight or not. One more inhale. And then cross the legs, set the hands and jump back. So it looks like this. All right. There's your smoke and mirrors, Steve. We'll do it on the other side, and I'll explain a little bit more on the other side. Left side when you're ready. Take the leg up, bring it forward. Turn the back foot flat, warrior 1. And then warrior 2, so same thing on the other side. I can make it look easier than it really is because I shift the balance forward, right? So it's kind of a little bit of a counterbalance thing there. Still hard, but shoulders relaxed, breath smooth, warrior 2. Right away we're going to take the back arm, wrap it around the back toward the front thigh, bring the forearm to the thigh, pause. Engage the abdomen slightly, extend the torso, chin down slightly and look up toward the ceiling. So you're turning the neck. And if you think about your neck, you have a cervical spine, 7 vertebrae in there, and you want to twist them. In between those vertebrae are discs. As we get a little bit more wisdom in this life, they get a little tighter, right? They get a little bit more or less flexible. So no one's going to stop that process, but we can slow it down a little bit. Lean back. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say we can't stop it. Maybe we can stop it. Good. So now you can go down to the block if you want, or to the floor if you want, or stay right where you are if you want. Your choice. Breathe. Top shoulder stretching, breath smooth. Good. Now we're going to take this to half moon. So look down, scoot that back foot a little closer, step up, block, using a block for mostly. If not, it just means you're flexible enough that your leg can be straight and your fingertips can be on the floor. Once you're up, feel free to take that right arm So Steve, switch arms. Yeah, there you go. So half moon pose, engage the abdomen. Alex, you can bring the block a little bit more forward and out to the side. So for balance, it actually, yeah, exactly right. It'll be a little bit easier there. That's right, that's right. Yeah. Slide engage in the belly, breath smooth. A few more breaths. Good, and then we're gonna go back to triangle. So bend the standing leg slightly, slowly in control. Come on back. Triangle pose, both legs straight, arms up. First we do triangle for a few breaths. Reach forward, left hand comes down, not the knee joint. It's fine if you just want to place the hand there, just don't lean into it. Got to be lower than that. I mean, it doesn't have to be lower than that, but you just don't want to put pressure on the knee joint itself. Lengthen the spine, turn up, twist up, breathe deeply. Good. Now, one more breath. Twist up. And then we're going to come up. So come back up to standing, a little regrouping to get into our neck stretch, right? So our standing pose neck stretch. Take your right arm, back arm, around the back toward the front. Wrap it around, come forward. You won't go as low. And again, on the knee is fine, just don't put pressure on it. But then you're going to turn up toward the ceiling. If you can get below the knee, get below the knee. But lengthen. Chin down slightly, turning up, helping that top shoulder get more open. Right? So if I was behind you, be pulling your shoulder back. That's what you want to feel, is that kind of opening up of that top shoulder, if possible. Breathe. Good. Now just the neck. So just the head turns down, turning the neck, and now finding that opposing action where the shoulder continues to go up and open, and the chin drops down and turns, and breath is smooth. Good, a few more breaths. Good. And now release the right arm, top arm, take it over the ear. We didn't do this on the other side, but if you wanted both arms up, that's a little bit more vigorous. You can take both arms up. Just don't strain the back. If you do that, don't strain the back. A couple more breaths. Good, and then both hands down. Big shift in the hips and the feet, so you got to step that back foot about a foot closer or 8 inches closer. Pause. You can grab your blocks for support here. Stretch the leg for a moment. Shift those hips. And then right hand stays down, left arm turns up. But remember, ground back, ground the heel down in the back. So Damien, back to where you had that back heel. So Damien, back to where you had the back heel, turn it. Yeah, heel, yes, exactly right, That's better. Yeah, you got it. And then drive that hip, your left hip back. Exactly right. So that's big stretch of the hamstrings, right? Good, you guys. Lengthen up, twist up, couple more breaths. So initially the hand is on the inside of the foot, but eventually, for your information, it goes to the outside of the foot, and then you scoot the back leg back as much as you can, twist up, but drive that back leg back and breathe. One more inhale, and then drop it down. Hands down, pause for a moment, breathe. You can stretch that leg. Good. And now you're just going to lean forward and then lift the back leg. So we're headed to reverse half moon, our last big standing pose today. Lift up, twist up. So right hand, you're balancing on the left leg. Right hand is down, left arm is up. Breathe. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Nice, everybody. Driving that back leg back. Breath smooth. Find the resistance. So if you lift the leg too much, the upper body's going to collapse. If you open too much, the back leg comes down. So find the balance and then do both. Lift the back leg and twist. And breathe. Open up the heart center, the lungs. 6 more minutes. Hang in there. One more big inhale. And then drop it all. Hands and feet, bend the knees. Right knee outside the left foot. And the seated twist. Good. So first, just hug the leg. Sit up tall, pull the knee in. That's it. Should get that big hip stretch there if you can. That's it. Good. Good. And then from here, if you want, lean back, right arm up, hooks across. You got the twist. Good. So again, same thing, lifting the spine up, lengthening the torso, twisting and breathing. Good. And then counter twist. So now counter twist. Good. One more breath. Good. And then back to the center. So just for fun, uncross the legs, lean back. This time we'll do 15 seconds, palms together to the right. Hold, so still 30-second hold, but we'll do both sides. Hold it here, lift the heart up, breath smooth. We need like 2 more hours. Switch sides. Like. Good. Good, that's it. So back to the center, lift, and here's the trick. So when you cross the legs, set the hands, I'm leaning forward, lifting the hips. See, I'm not even off, right? This all becomes arms. So if you can get here, so I'm lifting my knees up, that allows my arms to be straight, and then I'm lifting my hips up, engage the abdomen, arms, and then, so it just becomes a little bit less effort. Nice job, Dan. There you go. Nice. Downward facing dog. Yeah, exactly. Downward facing dog. Well done, you guys. Take a moment, bend the right leg, push the left heel down, stretch. And then switch sides and stretch. Good. And then dropping right to the knees from here. And we're going to do just one back bend. So come up onto the knees. If your knees are sensitive, you can always double up your mat. We're going to do Ustrasana camel. So I'm going to start with my left hand on the heel. I always tuck the toes to start as well, just because it's easier to get to the heel. Right arm up, lean back. So this is usually safe on the spine, but if your back is jacked, then it might not be. So you have to really pay attention. If you're more flexible, then you can go into a much deeper version of it, but this is fine, right? We're not focused on back bends today. One more breath. If you're doing half, and then you're gonna switch. If you're doing full, you can stay there, but abdomen strong to help come out, and then switch sides. Same thing, other side. Lift up, lean back, breathe. Good, one more breath. All right, and then come forward, abdomen strong. If you were in the full one, you can just rest, point the toes back here. Child's pose, so a little bit of a break in child's pose. So I want to do one more shoulder thing here. It can be a little bit intense, but so here it goes. You guys can watch this here. The idea is to take your right arm up, bend it behind your back, left hand grabs the right elbow, bring that behind the back. So that may or may not work. But then from here, left arm reaches back around, grab the fingertips. If that doesn't work, and you have a little towel or strap, you can fake it. All right, so there you go. And the idea is once you get that in there, you far away. I didn't use this, so yeah, I didn't yeah. That's not full of my sweat. From here, push the head back into the arm if possible, right? So yeah, exactly right. And then from here, go ahead and lower. It gets a lot more intense, just to stay there a couple breaths. Good, now slowly come up, release it. Some shoulder rolls, forward and back, forward and back. Good. And then other side, same thing, opposite arm, over. If you can, elbow pulls the arm behind. So that flexibility is hard for a lot of people. So, but if you can get it back there, then you bend the arm more. Either way, you bend the arm more and reach back this way. Fingertips. If you're right-handed, this is the harder side because the right shoulder, this makes it harder to go back. That's it. Wherever you can be with the towel or not, push back, breathe. Good, and then fold forward if it allows. You might start going and realize, no way, which is fine. Just breathe, whatever you decide. Good. All right, and then come on up from there. Oh, release it. Shoulder rolls, forward and back, forward and back. There. And then we're going to do our finishing sequence because it's 10 o'clock. So go ahead and cross the legs, bring both legs forward, shake them out. We're going to do a little seated forward bend. So shake them out here, butt out to the side, flex the feet back, reach the arms up, and then fold forward. So just a few breaths forward. Good. That's it. Now you can stay here, or if you feel ready for it, your body allows, you're going to roll back into plow and shoulder stand. So plow pose, you're going to take the legs up and over the head this way, and then you'll support the back, take the legs up to shoulder stand. Now if that doesn't work for your back or your neck, then skip it and stay in the forward bend. It's totally fine. Right? You're still getting a forward bend. It's nice to be able to get the body upside down, let the gravity kind of shift the flow of everything, but if it doesn't work, don't worry about it. And don't put pressure on your neck, right? It's not about that. Breathe, whatever you decide. Good, and if your legs are up, take them wide, flex the feet. Very good. Switch this up here. And then bend the knees, soles of the feet together. And then legs back up from there. And then down over your head for our final twist and Shavasana. The quickest ending to a yoga class. Go ahead and come on down, pull the right knee in, give it a good squeeze. We're gonna do a nice easy twist, rolling to your left side. So right knee pulls in, roll to the left. Right arm back. Good, then switch it. Same thing, other side. Pull that knee in. Other side. Very nice. Now back to the center Shavasana. And we just go A few minutes here, 2 or 3 minutes. Feet flop open, eyes closed, shoulders down away from the ears. Take a nice big cleansing breath. Deep inhale. And exhale. Totally relax. Okay, you guys, you can take a nice deep breath from there. Maybe move your left hand to your heart center, right hand to the belly. One for nurturing, one for grounding. And then slowly start to bend the knees, roll to your right side. Just take your time. We're gonna and then make your way to a comfortable seat as you're ready. Comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, palms up, eyes closed. Just a moment to kind of reintegrate mind, body, breath, spirit, energy, all together as one whole being. We spend so much time in our mind throughout our days and our life that it's nice to just take a little time and drop down into our body, into our breath. Reconnect with that place inside, that center, that core. Good. And then bring the palms together at the heart. Take a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for every breath. Namaste. Well done, you guys. Thank you very much for showing up live and in person. Thank you guys for showing up live and in person, and thank you guys for showing up wherever you are. So just a quick note to Facebook and YouTube. So we stream in my channels, but also with the Malibu Half Marathon and 5K, which is happening November 14th and 15th. So this is part of their whole little regimen. So join us as we lead up to that race and sign up if you haven't signed up. Otherwise, you can go on to 5pointyoga.com, our newsletter, and you can donate for your class, or it's there for you for free for the taking. Thanks, you guys. See you soon. Until next time.